we had an exciting race at Martinsville Speedway, even only we had a, mediocre to boring race. And we saw Benny Moore winning the race for the second time this season. We are here at the Tricky Triangle, the Pocono Raceway here in Longfront, Pennsylvania, for the 13th race of the PSRLA Cup Series. This is the PPG 400 from Pocono Raceway. Hello everyone, this is Sergio Marlon saying good again for the First 7 Network, and we are already here for some action. As we all know, we are live. So as we are heading three more races left before the playoffs. Okay, so 3 more races for these drivers to adjust and make the most out of it. As the cutoff is literally interesting in a way. So let's proceed with the storyline here. So Ludovic Red is currently below in the points here, and he would try to hang on into the battle for the wild cards, maybe holding on the race lead, leading every single lap and win the race. Let's see if he can do it. Meanwhile, Eric Monaco is starting third right now with 1 win at Las Vegas, still hanging around with points lead with 22 points advantage. So let's see if he might actually lock himself into the playoff battle. So with the 59 point advantage, let's see if he can do it. So I guess let's see the point standings here. So Eric Monaco, as we all know, 291 points towards the championship, while Bradley Reim, who's starting the way in 14th. Yeah, 14th. So 16th actually. These are currently 22 points behind Eric Monaco, his teammate. Benny Moore, who won last week, won 33 points behind. Avery Alford, 39 points behind. Josiah Robinson, the Watkins Glen winner, 40 points behind. Jaden Russell, Darlington winner, 43 points behind. Kirian Jimenez, 45 points behind. Nathan Stapleton, who's currently starting last right now, is 51 points behind, and they are actually tied with Eric Drew and Samuel Gutierrez for the 8th to 10th position. Then Matthew Hubert just hanging around in the cutoff, 8 points behind 10th. Anthony Nickel, 10 points behind the cutoff. 10 points behind the cutoff. Then actually Brandon Bill and Trey Bartow still hanging around. So with the wild card, we do have Trey Bartow in seed number 11 and Juan Abarca in seed number 12. Wow. Berkshire Saba still hanging around outside the top 20. So let's see the starting lineup here showing in your screens. On the pole, here's the number 44 of Ludovic Red driving for Able Motorsports. Alongside him is the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. for DM Motorsports. Road 2 sees the points leader, Eric Monaco. Alongside him is Tom Sloan, but also hanging around for the playoff spot. Row 3 sees the number 24 of Cole Raymond, and then the number 70 of Trey Smith. Row 4 sees the number 71 of Brandon Bill alongside the last week's winner at Martinsville, Benny Moore. Row 5 do have number 41 of Jason Lona for Ryan's Running Incorporated. Alongside him is the part-time driver of Ella Baker. Row 6 do have the number 8 of Michael Sheeran. Alongside him is the number 1 of Avery Alford. Row 7 do have the number 33 of Jonathan Harrison. Alongside is the number 75 Texas winner, Juan Abarca. Row 8 do have the number 82 of Jenna Bridge. Alongside him is the number 25 Bradley Reim Daytona 500 and Homestead winner. Row 9 do have Carlos Strayer, Kansas winner. Alongside of him is the number 2 of Reggie Fogelman. And then row 10 do have Alan Jefferson, and then the number 13 of Drew Webb. And here's the rest of the starting lineup. Well, Nashville winner Berkshire Stella starts 23rd. Let's see if he can actually adjust. Kieran Jimenez starts 26th as the pace car is coming in. Angel Gutierrez starts 38th, your Coca-Cola 600 winner. So here you go. Ludovic Charat and Landon Smith Jr. leads us to the green here at Pocono Raceway for the running of the PPG 400. And already the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. will hang around in front. Well, the outside lane is the place to be here at Pocono Raceway. So it would be a great advantage if you're starting from the outside lane. So we do have Landon Smith Jr. now hanging around. And looks like Tom Sloan going into the inside of Landon Smith Jr. heading into the tunnel turn. Here comes with the help from Trey Smith, but Landon Smith Jr. hanging around the outside and looks like he's now building the gap from the number 43 of Tom Sloan. Meanwhile, the number 70 of Trey Smith, he's currently outside top 30 points, so he might actually do his best to get some momentum from the last 3 races, or maybe I think the only way for him to get into the playoffs is to win races. Other than that, that's it. So we do have the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. You know, let's see if we can close into the number. Looks like Tom Sloan now trying to get that momentum to the inside. Let's see if he can. Or maybe Landon Smith Jr. hanging around the outside. I think he won't. And look at that. Look at that, how Ludovic Charat fell back. I mean, it's turn 3. Ludovic Charat fell back to 12. As Trey Smith might actually have an advantage on the outside lane here. So maybe Trey Smith can actually get into second from Tom Sloan. But Tom Sloan still hanging around the inside lane. Though the number 70 has help from Ella Baker. So looks like the number 70 of Trey Smith do have the advantage here. He takes second away from the 43. And 3 wide here, Juana Barca, Tom Sloan, and Ella Baker. But Ella Baker took third away, and Juana Barca drops some position drastically. Let's see, maybe a pit stop cycle could answer all of them on determining who is going to win the race. Who knows? We also see how Bradley Reim and Eric Monaco are close to each other, but if that's the case, it would be more likely, you know, Eric Monaco might actually end up with 23 points ahead of Bradley Reim, if that's the way they run right now. But Eric Monaco now trying to pass. Nope. But at least the good news here is that Bradley Reim wasn't able to pass Eric Monaco this time. Meanwhile, the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. still hanging around. He leads every single lap so far, as far as we're concerned. Well, Ludovic Charat, the pole sitter, falls back to 13th. Ella Baker now trying to go to the inside of Trey Smith, but Trey Smith has help from Tom Sloan. Yeah, like I said, the outside lane is the place to be here at Pocono Raceway. And now a battle for third between 43 of Tom Sloan and then the 01 of Ella Baker. Looks like the 43 has the advantage, but look at that, the 43 going into the tunnel turn. The 43 trying to pass to the inside, but he couldn't get into Trey Smith. Like I said, the outside is the place to be, so it would be more likely Wannabark and Cole Raymond gaining some spots from, you know, from this guy, from Bennymore and Cole Raymond. But so far, we are caution free. These guys are spreading at like out of nowhere. And the big surprise here is that let's look at Nathan Stapleton from dead last to 24th. Looks like he is still hanging around into the playoff battle. He's trying to get into the playoff battle. That's the term that I should actually say. So while Angelo Gutierrez might actually go outside the top 10 because of the way he's running right now, it's more likely that he would get the seed number 11, since the rest of the drivers with wins outside top 10 only have one win, so he's more likely to get seed number 11, and Trey Bartow would more likely to take seed number 12. But no, it's actually Juan Bartow who might actually take seed number 12, and then Trey Bartow and Berkshire Staba might actually be out of battle. I think these guys are pulling away, and Wanabarka, if he continues to run this way without any problem, without any single hitch, he's more likely to get and barge inside the top 10, since they're just close into the top 10 in points. So maybe Angelo Gutierrez and Trey Bartow might actually get the seed number 11 and seed number 12 respectively if they continue to run that way. It looks like Tom Slovan, no, he couldn't get into Trey Smith, because like I said, the outside lane is the place to be here. And looks like a 3-wide battle now between Ella Baker, Tom Slovan, and Juan Barca, and looks like the middle lane, no, looks like the Tom Slovan gets sandwiched, and Ella Baker gets the advantage here. He's now third. He took third from Tom Sloan. Avery Alford with a surprise 5th right now. Looks like Avery Alford is trying now to go back into the battle, but let me just double check the point standings here. So right now, well, with the way they're running right now, it's more likely that Avery Alford will climb into third, maybe in points, but Bennymore is just right there, 2 positions behind, so maybe Bennymore still holding on the third place. But the battle is literally on between Bradley Reim and Eric Monaco, but they're close with each other, so Eric Monaco will more likely keep the points lead. Meanwhile, if Tom Sloan continues the way he runs right now, so Tom Sloan is currently where is he in points? So Tom Sloan is 17 in points, just 73 points behind the leader, and 22 points behind the cutoff. So if he continues the way he is right now, he is more likely to go back into the top 10 maybe. But maybe, just maybe, because you can't really predict. Anyway, looks like the number 01 of Ella Baker to the inside of Trey Smith still couldn't catch into this guy, so he'll drop 1 position. Tom Sloan will take third again, but here comes Tom Sloan to the outside of Trey Smith. Looks like he's trying to go to the inside of Trey Smith, but no, to the inside of Landon Smith Jr., but Tom Sloan has the advantage to take second from the outside lane, but the 70 of Trey Smith worked really smart there to avoid being passed by the number 43 of Tom Sloan. We're already 11 laps done, so maybe Ella Baker fell back to 6th. Juana Barca actually passed for 5th. And looks like they're now single file. The top 6 are now single file. Top 7 is actually single file since Eric Monaco still hanging around just behind Cole Raymond, and then last week's winner, number 68 of Benmore. So safe to say, Josiah Robinson, I think, is off pace right now. I'm not fully sure what's going on with the Watkinsville winner, but let's see if some guys could actually get advantage over here. Meanwhile, so let's go back to the lead pack here with Tom Sloman hanging around the outside lane, and then the 70 of Trey Smith. Like, again, the outside lane is not the place to be. Oh, the inside lane is not the place to be. The outside lane is the place to be. So, the number 9 of Trey Smith hanging around. No, not. That's the 20 of Trey Smith. And 9 of Landon Smith Jr. Why do I confuse these two? Meanwhile, Avery Alford to the outside of Tom Sloan. He successfully passed. So it's more likely... another tasty 3 wide bell. No, they cleared. They went back to wide. So... looks like Ella Baker couldn't be able to barge back into the top 5. Meanwhile, with the battle going on with, Trey Smith and Avery Alford, it is an advantage for the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. pulling away. Trey Smith still hanging around in 2nd. Tom Sloan would be able to pass for 3rd maybe. Let's see if he can get any advantage going into the outside. Let's see. Well, Monaco. No, not Monaco. Alford still hanging around the outside. So next race, by the way, is the Craft 300 from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Yeah, I thought the 49 of Josiah Robinson is off pace. It is literally not. So Avery Alford still hanging around in 3rd. Avery Alford and Tom Sloan doesn't have any win just yet. Trey Smith as well. Actually, the top 4 doesn't have any win this season just yet. So they might actually join the playoff battle if that's the case. Well, here's the number 1 of Avery Alford, still couldn't pass. This is actually the same situation that we have from the 2021 Single Inti Light Series, in which we saw the leader dominating the race and actually winning the championship. Is Dale Lightning. So yeah, so the organization that founded the PSRLA actually had the franchise of the Indy Light Series won by Adrian. So let's see, they're all single file. The top 13 are all single file. Looks like there's 4 wide in the back. I'm not sure if I see it right. But we're already halfway the race, and the 9 of Landon Smith Jr. still hanging around. So I guess the pit stops would be the only thing that could actually have a twist into this race. These guys are literally close to each other, but here you go, battle for 4th. Did Avery Alford hang around the inside lane? Or I don't know. still no one hits. But Aber Alford lost a lot of ground right there as Tom Slovan still waiting for momentum. Wanabarka climbs into 4th. Cole Raymond climbs into 5th. As Tom Slovan to the inside of Trey Smith, but Trey Smith hanging around the outside. Ella Baker barge into 6th as Avery Alford continues to lose positions. And looks like the number 1 of Avery Alford. Ooh, he drops a lot of positions over here, just like what happened with Ludovic Charette earlier on the first part of the race. And 3 wide out of turn number 3 here. And looks like it's pit stops time. So the leader here is now the 0-1 of Ella Baker as cars are coming into the pits right now. So it's gonna be a few drivers, so Landon Smith Jr., Trey Smith, Tom Sloan, Wanabarka, Bradley Reim, Cole Raymond, Ludovic Charette, Michael Sheeran, the 20 of Alan Jefferson, Jason Bobby's teammate, Tony Brady, and then the double, no, not the double zero, and then the 88 of Landon Smith Jr. So who will come out first in the pits? So looks like Dale Johnson the second has some... Oh yeah, no. It's gonna be Landon Smith Jr. No, they're side by side coming out of the pits. Oh dear, looks like Landon Smith Jr. has the advantage here, so let's see if that's gonna happen. So looks like the rest of the field coming in. But did someone stayed out? I'm not sure. Tony Brady? Yeah. The rest of the field. That's the rest of the field. So currently, Wanabarka actually passed Tom Sloan. And still hanging around here are Landon Smith Jr. and Trey Smith. So let's see who's the first driver coming out here in the group. So it's gonna be Ella Baker with a huge gap. So oh dear. So I guess the race would be between the 70 of Trey Smith and the 9 of Landon Smith Jr. But the 70 coming in to the inside. Let's see if he's gonna have some advantage. There's no way he's gonna have some advantage. It's gonna be tasty. So here you go. Looks like the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. pulling away from Trey Smith. Well, DM Motorsports may actually get their 3rd win of the season. But Dragon Racing Air Prices has more wins than DM Motorsports if that would happen. Still, you know, Dragon Racing Air Prices is 4 wins, and if Landon Smith Jr. wins today, it's gonna be 3 wins for DM Motorsports. Riverton Hartman Racing has 2 wins. Then the rest of the teams is 1 win. So, reminder, so you have many more winning. So the first 5 races went to the Dragon Racing Prices. If that was that good, it is Revelton Hartman Racing, Kansas DM Motorsports, Texas RL Motorsports, and Able Motorsports race 9. Race 10 goes to Nathan Arnold Motorsports. Race 11 went to DM Motorsports. Race 12 went to Riverton Hartman Racing. So maybe DM Motorsports will make race 13. So, or maybe Arctic Racing might actually able to catch into this DM Motorsports car. But the top threes are the Toyotas. Then Ella Baker hanging around in fourth. Bradley Reim in fifth. Nathan Armour, no, I mean, that Nathan Armour sports car up Cole Raymond in sixth. Tom Slovan fell back to seventh. Benny Moore, last week's winner, eighth. Avery Alford fell back to ninth. Eric Monaco in 10th. Michael Sheeran in 11th. Keith Drake in 12th. Ludovic Chavez in 13th. Kyle Sistrike 14th. Dale Johnson the second 15th. Alan Jefferson 16th. Then Jason Bob 17th. Jaden Russell 18th. Tara Parton 19th. And then 20th goes to Drew Webb. Meanwhile, going back into the front, still a 2-car breakaway for these guys. Still no caution. Looks like we won't have any highlights for today's video. So I'm just kidding. So let's see if Landon Smith Jr. would be able to hold on and dominate this race before heading into the numbers. Before heading into Gateway. Look at the gap between the rest of the pack and these two. And these guys are pulling away like nuts. So yeah, unless something happened to Landon Smith Jr., this race is gonna be for Trey Smith. Trey Smith finished second in... I don't know what race is that. I think that was Nashville. So both of them are driving red cars, So it's gonna be 7 to go for these guys. 7 to go for Landon Smith Jr. for him to win the race. It's gonna be interesting to see who will get the W here. So yeah, this race is more likely between these two guys. Well, with the wildcard drivers, look like it's definitely Purvshire stuff that will literally... So it would be Wanabarka who would gain a lot of ground here. That maybe Angel Gutierrez might actually fell back to 11. I don't know. But here you go. 7 to go for 6 to go for Landon Smith Jr. Maybe something would happen after this one. So here comes the 70 closing in. Now trying to the inside again of Landon Smith Jr. This time Landon Smith Jr. doesn't have any help, but he still hold on to the outside. Again, just like what happened at the Single Indy Light Series Championship race. The pole sitter hanging around, winning the race. But hey, still a good result for the 70 of Trey Smith. Meanwhile, 5 to go here at Pocono Raceway for the running of PPG 400. And I think the 18 of Eric Drew is out of pace. And the 9 of Landon Smith Jr. is pulling away. Now, So going into the final turn, and now the number 7. Here comes the number 43 of Tom Sloan, passing for 4th from Bradley Reim. He clears. But here we go, 4 to go. 4 to go here at Pocono Raceway for the running of PPG 400 as Landon Smith Jr. Great race for him, dominating the race, leading every but one lap. Oh, but one lap. So the only way for the number 70 of Trey Smith to win the race is if he would be able to pass into the outside lane, or maybe a drag race into the finish. So here we go. Three to go here at 3 to go at Pocono. Still close to each other. But Landon Smith Jr. We don't have any caution this race, so. But the 18 is off pace. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. 3 seconds. Going into turn 3. Still good battle. Coming with 2 to go here at Pocono Raceway. The 9 of Landon Smith Jr. still hanging around. Or maybe Trey Smith would be able to win the race. I don't know. Looks like the 70 trying to attempt the inside again. Will it work this time? Still no. Still no. Still no. I don't know why. But I think there's a caution. Caution is out. And a white flag maybe? Caution is out. Oh dear. What is happening? I think it is because of Eric Drew. I think he's spilling some oil. He might be, because he's literally off pace. But I think oh dear. Going into the tunnel turn. Because there's no skid marks everywhere. There's no skid marks. So, I'm not sure what in the world is going on, but hey, I think there's no reason to look into, I don't know, because there's no skid marks, I don't know why. But here's the number 9, Landon Smith Jr. wins at Pocono, the 13th race of the PSRLA Cup Series season. And actually no. Is the race complete? Yeah, I think the number 9 already won. Anyway, here's the official results here. We do have the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. winning the race. Or actually, the pace car won the race. Kidding. So we do have the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. winning the race. And then Trey Smith finishing second. Wanda Barca hanging around in third. Reddy Reim in fourth. Ella Baker running around top 5. And Tom Sloan, Benny Moore, Amber Alford, Michael Sheeran, and Paul Reim running around the top 10. Here's the rest of the results with the 39 car field. I'm not sure if everyone's happy with the result. I'm not sure what's going on, but hey, it is what it is. So hey, huge congratulations again to the number 9 of Landon Smith Jr. So here's the point standings after this race coming right up. So here's the point standings that we are waiting for. So 2 more races left in the PSRLA Cup Series regular season. So as we all know, 2 races left, and the maximum points that you would get per race is 40 for the win, 42 if there's a pole. No. Class 2 for a pole sitter, then class 1 for the race for a lap led, and then 1 bonus point for the most laps led. So it maximum is 44, and then 88 points more like. So Eric Monaco will be still your points leader, but Bradley Reim closes in. So 15 minus 88. So no one's locked in yet. Meanwhile, so Eric Monaco with still hanging around 315 points towards the championship. Bradley Reim with 13 points behind. Benny Moore 27 points behind. Avery Alford 34 points behind. Gene Russell 48 points behind. Nathan Stapleton climbs up back to 6, 58 points behind yet. Kieran Jimenez 62 points behind. Then Juana Barca and Josiah Robinson tied for 8, 63 points behind. And Tom Sloan climbs back in 66 points behind. Then Tara Pardon climbs to 11th, just 5 points behind the cutoff. Then Brandon Bill 6 points behind the cutoff. Angel Gutierrez then 8 points behind the cutoff. Eric Tree is also 8 points behind the cutoff. And then Anthony Nicol 9 points behind the cutoff, along with Reggie Pocono. But as far as the points at the wild card is concerned, Angel Gutierrez holds seed number 11 and Trey Barco hanging around seed number 12. Because Landon Smith Jr. still in 26th in points, and then Berkshire is at 28, so Landon Smith Jr. Trey Barco is 83 points behind. So Landon Smith Jr. would need 23 points to Trey Barto if he wants to be in the in the playoff conversation. 23 for Landon Smith Jr., 28 for Berkshire 7. So that's the points. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations again to Landon Smith Jr. for dominating the race. So next race will be the Craft Gear Handed at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. So that's next week, also 1 p.m. Eastern. So thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations. Well, let's go Sonic Boom. Congratulations to Landon Smith Jr.